What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. You know, we went almost a month without doing a Spider-Man 4 video here at the channel, and as it turns out, we're doing them on back-to-back days. Now, if you missed our video from yesterday, we played catch-up over the last 2 weeks to fill in all the blanks of the breaking rumors. If you want, we'll link that video at the end of this. But no sooner had we posted that video that we got another huge breaking story, and if true, has real consequences for the Peter Parker character. We're going to break down this latest report that under Destin Daniel Cretton, we're going to get a soft reboot of sorts for what's going on with Peter Parker and how he looks and feels in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. If you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you for our ongoing PS5 giveaway. In fact, we just announced a brand new winner in yesterday's video, so make sure to check that. And we have another one coming up for the finale of Daredevil that's just over a month away. Again, all you got to do is be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so the genesis point for this recent story and headline is over in an editorial called Max Blizz, but they reference some industry insider updates during this article from none other than Daniel RPK. It's under the headline, Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 to introduce a fresh take and new supporting cast under Destin Daniel Cretton's direction, where they go on to report on the following details, quote, Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 will introduce a new friend for Peter Parker, which means Jacob Batalon's Ned Leeds will not be returning in the upcoming film and is no longer a part of Peter Parker's life. A recent report from industry insider Daniel Rickman posted to his Patreon revealed that Spider-Man 4 will reportedly feature a new supporting cast. The film is said to present a fresh take on the character and a new direction under Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings director Destin Daniel Cretton, and that report he's referencing by Daniel RPK was him referring directly to the casting grids, where in reaction to them, it really made it feel like this was a whole new world and a whole new take on the Peter Parker that we still know, but is in completely different circumstances with really none of the same supporting cast, and that's of course going to lead to development of his character being in a totally new circumstance. Now look, this shouldn't be a total shock because this is exactly where they parked, pun totally intended, Peter Parker at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. They left him without any of his previous connections in a whole new fresh start. A lot of us assumed that would lead into a grounded level story, mostly because he doesn't have a connection to any of the Avengers or the benefactor specifically in Tony Stark, but this is where they wanted Peter Parker at the end of the last movie. Why? Well, because it was the end of the trilogy, and even a little bit of foresight might have seen that they weren't going to have John Watts back to direct the fourth installment. He was already at that point signed on for the Fantastic Four, and that with a new director and a new trilogy, they might want to have a fresh start on the character. What better way to do that than to erase all the connections to previous storylines? That frees you up to introduce anybody new in a way that's close to Peter Parker, again now without Aunt May, without MJ, and frees them up from having to answer the lingering questions from the previous film. Now, I have thought, since we've gotten all of these reports, it would be just a little weird if he immediately had a new love interest, as some of these rumors have indicated, when he was the one who chose to end the relationship effectively with MJ by erasing her memory of him. I feel like this version of Peter Parker they've shown us would want to, at all costs, rekindle that. So to me, it would be a little odd if he has a new love interest in this next film. But on that same argument, it is a brand new trilogy, and it would actually seem natural that they would move on to a new love interest. You know, James Bond did it in every film, and MJ was present for the entirety of the first trilogy. Plus, there are a ton of love interests for Peter Parker in the comic books we haven't even begun to explore yet. And so, yeah, okay, them having a new love interest in a brand new villain, a brand new take on the character, all of that tracks for a reinvention of the franchise that's now moving on to its fourth film and its second trilogy. Now, one of the things I don't think we've talked enough about here at the channel, even when we've covered this topic in the last 6 months, because if you guys remember, and at the end of last year, we were hearing a ton of rumors about this rift between Sony and Marvel, where one of them wanted to make it a street level grounded story, the other wanted it to be bigger and better than No Way Home, multiversal, and even have Andrew and Toby return. And I think that's the point where the cautionary tale might start to kick in here, where they really need to see this film for what it is. It is the kickoff of a new trilogy, and even though it may be a fresh take on Spider-Man, it does not have to in any way live up to the conclusion of the first trilogy. Spider-Man No Way Home was meant to cap that at a time when the multiverse was being introduced and explored very early on in the Multiverse saga. That's not what this movie needs to be at all, and I feel like they'll only run into problems if they try to quote-unquote one-up themselves by doing that. It can still be a really strong and amazing film in the Spider-Man canon, with one of the villains from his rogues gallery, and even a grounded story at that, without exploring the multiverse, and be a really good movie. It doesn't have to one-up Spider-Man No Way Home. I just feel like from Sony's point of view, with the number of mistakes they've made with their Spider-Verse properties, it's hard to give them the benefit of the doubt for seeing the right way forward. And now that they're sort of getting in and tinkering with the Spider-Man franchise, with a brand new director, at a moment in time when the Multiverse Saga will actually be peaking, it just basically scares me that they may make some of the wrong decisions chasing something they shouldn't be chasing in the first place. Now, one thing we've mentioned before here at the channel but haven't brought up in a while, and is most important when it comes to Spider-Man 4, is that if the decision is ultimately made by Sony and Marvel to tie this into the 2 Avengers films, the goings on in the multiverse, that means that they're contingency writing their script on any changes that they may make to the Doomsday script, and even Avengers Secret Wars at that, if the end of the film is meant to set something up. And you have to imagine, if Spider-Man's going to be in both Avengers films, which he will, where he starts and ends that film is a big deal. That's why I think it's taken as long as it has for them to rewrite the script. And by last report, we covered it in yesterday's video by Daniel RPK, they're looking to have that script done and by March, so in the next couple of weeks. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. How do you feel about a fresh take on our Peter Parker, and what do you think those surrounding cast members should be? Who do you got for the villain, the love interest, and the new friend? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. The next one is for the Daredevil finale. We just gave away one yesterday and last week. We've got a ton more to go for Marvel drops this year. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice in the winning comment shown on screen. And again, if you missed yesterday's PS5 announcement, it's in the Spider-Man video from yesterday. It'll be linked at the end of this. Please be safe and vigilant on my channel, really any channel that does giveaways, because anybody can take a content creator's photo, hit you up in the comments and claim to be them. It's all a ruse to try to get your information on a third-party app like Telegram or WhatsApp. You should never share your information there. Please try to remember that no content creator, myself included, will ever charge you for shipping if you should win a prize. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name Allfires. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon. Also, quick side note, we will be doing watch parties every night for all of the Daredevil episodes, regardless if they go up at 9 p.m. or in the middle of the morning at 3 a.m. Either way, we'll be doing watch parties and Easter egg breakdowns for every episode. So if you're planning on staying up late and watching those, especially on the East Coast, come by the channel and hang out. It's going to be great, and I'll see you guys then.